What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Evergreen Pod. We are back like we never left, and we're here again to talk about some great topics today. How y'all fellas feeling, man? Y'all doing all right today?
Yes, sir.
Everybody good? You good?
I'm good.
You know I'm going around the room. You good?
I'm good.
Tell them what they got to do, bro.
Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. I'm telling you, you won't regret it.
Too easy. It's too easy. Will, what's up? You good?
Man, I'm ready, man.
Man, let's go
Lock
for
and
it,
load.
man.
Let's go.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Dante, what up?
Clack, clack.
Clack, clack. Dante got that thing in the back of the truck right now, boy.
Yeah.
Let's go,
About,
man. And we here, man. It's the Evergreen Pod. We'll keep it evergreen. We just got some things to talk about, man, because you know this college football, man. How y'all feel about the season, man? Just tell me the truth. Just be truthful with me. I know we've been talking about it all year long, and we've been trying to hype everything up in the games that we call the games. But y'all tell me the truth. How y'all feel?
I just feel that this college football season has not been as exciting as in the past. Even we all are big. We all pro NIL. We all pro transfer portal.
And this is what, the second season in NIL or first season?
Second
season. Okay.
The second season. But the excitement of college football in general is not like how it's been in the past. I think the reason is like that because what we loved about college football is this. Unlike the NFL, every year you expected a new player to hop on the scene or pop on the scene. Like, man, who's next? Who's the next great quarterback? Who's the next great defensive player?
Right.
But now with the transfer portal, kids are going all over the place. And so you never really get that kid that you grew up with as a freshman, sophomore to junior. And then coaches, they dip after 1 year as well. Nothing against it, but I think that's what's taken away from the excitement and the allure on what college football was really in the past.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Hey, first off, shout out to Mike Leach, man. R.I.P., man. Mike Leach.
R.I.P., man.
Whole Mississippi State family, man. We got y'all in our prayers.
Yep, 100%.
Keep going, man. Keep going forward. That's what he want y'all to do.
Yep.
I think the season is lackluster because of a technical standpoint in football. We see in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, all these recruiting classes, right? You had highlight players at wide receiver. So what did everybody want to start doing, all the younger kids? They all wanted to be wide receivers. They wanted to be one of the LSU wide receivers. They hit the gritty. All of them went to the league. Or they wanted to be one of the 5 Alabama wide receivers that went in the first round.
Yep.
So you got a whole group of kids that went to high school, and all they want to do is play wide receiver. So now you have no defensive backs.
No DBs.
So now can't anybody cover. So since can't nobody cover,
That makes sense.
schemes had to change on defense. So now since the schemes have changed, nobody can cover. So what we're going to do is we're going to spread y'all out. We're going to throw the ball around so it look like 7-on-7.
Tennessee.
Yeah. I got
look
a
like
question
7-on-7.
about that. So I remember coming up, we playing ball. We had things that we liked. Like we had positions that we liked. Like we just liked to play the position. Maybe we saw our own build, you know what I'm saying? I saw how fast we were or just how we moved around. But we had things that we liked. Now it's just more what they seeing, huh?
That's it. That's all. It's all about what they see and what they want to do and how. And they don't care about translation to the NFL. They care, and that's one of the other parts about NIL. NIL has made it to where you can make NFL money right now.
Oh wow!
So I know this wide receiver is going to get paid in college, so I'm going to play wide receiver instead of me going and really play tight end or defensive end. Like I looked the other day, they got a 6'6", 215-pound tight end. Now. A couple years ago, that's Jadeveon Clowney. Can you imagine if Jadeveon Clowney would have went and played wide receiver instead of gaining the 30 pounds he needed to be the first pick in the NFL draft? Or what about somebody like Mario Williams? Remember Mario Williams went ahead of Reggie Bush? 6'7", 280 pounds.
Texans?
Went to the Texans. Made $100 million at defensive end instead of playing wide receiver. But you got all these kids now that's all they want to do is play wide receiver. So nobody ain't hitting no more.
I feel like them centers that want to play point guard.
Yeah.
In the NBA. What'd you say, Don?
To me, I think that a lot of cats are sticking around instead of trying their hand at the league. Like, a lot of times you run into like you getting veterans in college football.
Wow.
I mean, I know we got a lot of we talk a lot about these cats that are you getting your NIL money now and then you jumping and rolling out to the league, but now, because of NIL, you getting a lot of cats that's just like, nah, I'm a chill.
I'm a finish.
Like I'm not getting a draft. No one's telling. I'm talking to like 8 scouts and agents, and they all telling me like I'm probably not going to get drafted. Well, I'm still getting paid here.
Right.
So I'm gonna keep getting paid as long as I can until till the golden goose run out. So that's putting as a coach, even if you you just getting in to your position, like you're gonna take a veteran player that you can trust versus a freshman. Like, because you know what you're gonna get. You know what you're getting. If you giving them consistency at a position, like say like you just a left guard, you give me consistency. You my left guard.
You my left guard. Right.
Ain't no competition.
Ain't no competition.
As long as you handle your business right.
Ain't no depth. As long as you ain't injured, you my left guard.
And it might be something to what Doug was saying too, because development is a whole lot shorter now. Because these kids are jumping to the portal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We saw that boy jumped in from Alabama.
Yeah.
That old lineman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like development time. It's kind of different. You don't know how much time you got with somebody. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They used to be. I ain't gonna lie. Them coaches used to have a lot of security with how long they were gonna have a kid. Yeah. They ain't got it no more.
Yeah, they had all the leverage, man. They had all the leverage. But I think they could switch it a little bit though. Me and Doug talked about this the other day. I think coaches, if I'm a head coach, let's say I'm a head coach of Glory Real Estate University, right?
Call it.
So what I would do is I would recruit a kid twice. I would recruit him at the position he wants to play, but while I'm recruiting him at that position, I'm recruiting him for a backup position. So if I have this tight end that's 6'5" and 240, I'm also recruiting him to play DN in case he don't make it, so he don't have to jump in the portal. So I'm portaling my own team. That's what I would do.
I get you.
Y'all can take that. That's the gym.
They gonna take it.
That's the gym, man. That's the gym, though. Like for real, because we want everybody to be successful, man. So it's not about on the field. How your accolades on the field. It's about in life. So if you can't make it at tight end, go play DN, bro. Like take 2 years, play tight end, then go play 2 years at DN. You end up in the league or you don't, but you could go coach.
Right, and if you stay all 4 years making the NIL money, you're gonna be all right.
You're gonna be all right. And you got the degree.
You learn 2 positions at a collegiate level. You might can coach it.
Right. No, that's another option.
You should be able to.
You might can coach one of them.
Who was? So we talking about it's kind of lackluster. Who was the standout? Like, what did y'all see this year? Who was the one that did something that was like, I didn't know they were gonna do it. Even the Heisman, y'all was like,
I didn't watch the Heisman ceremony.
I watched it.
And I think one thing college football is missing now is records. So back in the day, we got so amped up about who's gonna break the record because you saw a kid as a freshman at a school. Ricky Williams at Texas.
Yep. Remember that.
You know Ricky,
I remember that season.
I can remember, man, as a kid, they played Texas A&M, I think, at 11:30 in the morning. Now, he was a senior then, so we knew
Jefferson Poly Sports.
Absolutely.
BMW. Wasn't their backfield named the BMW backfield?
Yes.
Yeah, the BMW backfield.
We knew Ricky Williams. We knew Ricky Williams had a chance to break the all-time rushing record in collegiate football.
Right.
And so you were excited about that. You tuned in for that. But now with kids leaving schools, they're not going to break records at their schools. I think Larry Fitzgerald broke records at Pittsburgh.
I remember.
You had people like Reggie Bush, Terrell Suggs at Arizona State when he broke the sack record.
Colt Brennan.
Colt Brennan, like those, you're missing that part of college football where you're like, man, is this the year we're going to see the passing record? Is this year we're going to see the touchdown record? LaDainian Thompson, TCU, that time rushed for like
crazy.
400-something yards in one game.
Crazy.
With the black visor. I remember playing with him
in the league.
I know, NCAA football.
Ain't nobody was on that TCU team but him.
The transfer portal does.
Nobody.
It has its pros, but from a viewer standpoint, just the average fan, it has its cons because it's constantly revolving. So anything that's constantly moving, you're never going to get what you got in the past.
Isn't that the same thing that y'all can say? And I'm gonna jump. I'm not jumping sports for the subject, but just isn't that the same thing we experienced when free agency changed in the NBA? Somewhat, the NFL hadn't caught up to that. Like they're still keeping players for at least 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? But like the NBA now, when you got 2 years in a player option, you know what I'm saying, or something, it's switching up so much that it's hard to have dynasties. I guess that's what we're talking about in college is because they had some dynasties. We saw some dynasties in college. These teams that stuck together had players that stuck together and they went, for the long haul. We saw that a lot. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's missing, man. I used to be so excited about college football, bro.
Yeah, man. Them old school Miami teams, man. Tennessee back in the day, bro, USC.
When Reggie Bush was playing, bro, I used to watch I try to watch every game they play because you don't know what he's gonna do. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Now that's something that's actually missing. Athleticism in the players because they so sport specific and position specific at a young age. They're not natural athletes anymore. So that is something that we can key on.
Who I'm trying to think. Who's
no natural athletes anymore.
This year, who stand out?
Oh, I mean,
I know we gave Hooker props for Tennessee. Because,
shout out to Hooker, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Get healthy.
Look, man, I'm a college football fiend, so I watched a lot of Caleb Williams this year. That squad can play some football.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He won the Heisman, right?
Yeah, he won the Heisman. But before, I mean, even before that, that's why y'all in the text group, y'all asked me. I was like, I'm saying I'm going Caleb, but I thought Georgia was going.
I ain't know who else was in there.
Dude, too old from Georgia to win the Heisman, though, bro.
Absolutely.
Like straight up, like you shouldn't be eligible if you're that old.
Is he playing in the NFL?
Speaking of,
no, he's not playing in the NFL. No, man. Stetson Bennett going to be a car salesman.
He's not about to be a backup.
Speaking of somebody who's sticking around.
That's him.
He is.
What is this? His 7 year? He in his 7 year.
Hold on, y'all.
7 year.
He better have a doctorate from
That dude the same age as Lamar Jackson, bro.
And Joe Burrow.
Hold on, y'all.
He the same age as them.
He can't be a backup or somebody.
He better be have a doctorate from.
Y'all know this one of the best jobs that we always talk about.
I think for me,
it's too old.
It's personal with me with Stetson Bennett.
Because he's just as old as Doug. He played against Doug in 2007.
Doug sacked that man 3 times.
But still play.
It's personal when it comes to him. Just because of for having I have a defensive mindset as like it's different. Like I don't like to see a player, especially on offense. I have nothing wrong with you being confident. Have nothing wrong with you feeling like you're the best player on the field.
You should have confidence.
You have to do that. But your antics is what really makes me upset.
Right.
In today's college football, they let him get away with it. Like when he played LSU and was
dropping in the bucket,
dropping in the bucket and all that stuff. I promise you, 15 years ago, he dropped in the bucket. The next play, he wouldn't have a wrist.
He dropped in the bucket.
I'm being dead serious. Like he wouldn't have a wrist.
Yep.
And so for me, it's almost like, man, appreciate where you are.
Right.
Appreciate who's around you. Appreciate the coaching that you have, Stetson Bennett. Like because football will humble you. And then life will humble you as well.
100%.
And so I think a lot of times he has to learn. He's better learn quickly because Johnny Manziel was the same way. And life has a funny way of humbling you.
Yeah,
like Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
And people can say, well, they won. He won against the game against the Rams. Like, come on, man.
He's still Baker Mayfield.
He's still Baker Mayfield in a sense
Yeah.
because of just the way his antics. And I feel like they really think that they're better than they really are. That's what made Tom Brady so great. Tom Brady knew I'm really not that good.
Tell him to go, though, ain't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Swag. Swag say no, man. Swag say Tom ain't the GOAT, man. I got his back, man.
The reason Tom is the GOAT because Tom knew where I came from. Tom knew I struggled just to be the starting quarterback in Michigan. Tom knew I looked horrible running the 40-yard dash, so I have to put the extra work in.
Right.
Like Baker Mayfield and them really feel like they were the highest recruited player coming to high school.
And I think some of them commentators be boosting them, too.
They boost them hard. They boost them hard, man. So for me, I want you to be confident. I want you to feel like you're the best player on the field. But when it comes to outwardly expressing that stuff in a negative way, I don't like it. And I wish the rules were a little bit different on college football. I wish you could knock them out.
Right.
You could take the penalty.
I would.
But LSU not going to do that because of their head coach.
They ain't gonna find no NIL.
They ain't got no gangsters on their team. Bama got gangsters. He ain't do that against Bama.
Hey, y'all would think
he ain't do all that against Bama.
No, he didn't.
If they ever play Texas A&M, he ain't gonna do that against Texas A&M.
He not.
It's a fine line, bro.
Hey.
But see, you got to be retarded on that field.
Literally.
Like to play defense.
So,
you have to.
Stetson Bennett, real quick. 1 through 11 on Georgia offense. What ranking would you give him out of 1 through 11?
Shoot.
If one being the best player on the offense.
I give it to the whole offensive line first.
The wide receivers, the backup running back, both tight ends. Arik Gilbert, the third tight end, he don't even play.
Right. He did transfer.
He's there. He's the third tight end.
The third tight end is probably the best player
out of all of them. And he don't even get on the field. I say Stetson Bennett probably the 11th best player on the offense.
Might be the 12th.
And he graduated. So y'all telling me he not gonna make nobody team?
Man, that man,
I can't see it,
boy,
man.
better go ahead and get that doctorate.
Yeah, man, go ahead and get it, man.
He's been in school that long.
You good?
You think he gonna try? He gotta try.
He's staying again, right?
We're gonna try it.
No,
he leaving? He leaving?
Who?
Bennett.
I think he got to.
He needs to.
What we used to call social promotion.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't see.
It's like, God, dog.
I can't see if I'm looking at the NFL roster. I can't see him making the NFL roster if they only keeping 2 quarterbacks on game day.
Absolutely, no.
So
you can be 64 quarterbacks out of the whole National Football League.
Who job he gonna take?
I don't know.
First of all, he
about to be a 2-time national championship quarterback.
First of all,
he about to be a coach.
Yeah.
Car salesman.
Okay.
All right.
Norcross, Georgia High School.
That's it. Shipping all the kids to Georgia.
We can look at. I compare him to when Alabama won a championship that year with Jay Coker.
All right.
Jay Coker didn't. I think he had an opportunity in the NFL, but the team and the coaching that he had in that football program won him the national championship. Greg McElroy, Alabama.
Great analyst.
Uh-huh.
I think he started one game, I think, when he was with the Jets. They beat the Cowboys, but it was over with.
That was it.
So you can keep going on and on about, sometimes these quarterbacks, they are in great systems, and I'm not knocking
Legends
that.
in college,
There's nothing wrong with that, because if you are a championship quarterback on an elite program like Alabama or Georgia, you're going to be good regardless whether the NFL calls you or not.
Right.
The opportunities are going to open up for you.
Right. Yeah.
So Stetson Bennett, if you're a general manager, I'm going to call you General Manager Thompson, GM Thompson.
Call it.
GMT.
Call it.
You sitting down in the draft room right now. Are you drafting Stetson Bennett?
No.
Oh.
Not at all.
Right.
I'm just saying. I know the politics too. Like I know he's about to be a 2-time national football champion quarterback. Up for the Heisman this year.
Caleb Williams, Bryce Young.
I know. I agree with you.
Stroud. Hooker.
Right, Hendon Hooker.
JD5.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
JD5. I agree with you. I just,
Oh, you think because of politics somebody going to reach for him?
I don't see why. I
don't know any Georgia graduates that's on any NFL teams.
Unless it's the Falcons. Unless it's the Falcons drafting him in the 6th or 7th round.
Just trying to get some stickers.
What they got going on right now?
Jake Fromm.
What they got going on?
Right now he's on the roster.
Right.
But he's not gonna be a starter in the NFL.
But Jake Fromm better than Stetson Bennett. Physically wise.
Not better, but it's hard for him to because
you got to be really good.
Like Kirby Smart has it going where he knows, okay, I don't have to have an elite quarterback, so he fills other positions.
Yes.
Right. He gets elite players on defense.
Is this not what Saban used to do too?
That's exactly what that's where he came from.
Exactly.
That's exactly where he came from. You was Saban like what, 15, 16 years?
Yeah.
LSU and Bama.
And
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. Wow. Side note, what's going on in Atlanta? Y'all seen that with Atlanta Falcons? Y'all seen? Oh boy, left
Mariota. Mariota dipped out on the team.
Nah, they did say he just had a baby. You know what I'm saying? And they said something, but he rolled out. So old boy, we talked about him once. Literally old boy.
Cincinnati?
From Cincinnati, yeah. He about to play.
Wait, so he didn't notify the team that he was leaving?
That's what the head coach kind of intimated in his press conference.
That coach gonna get fired too. That coach gonna get fired though.
How do y'all feel about that?
That coach got to get fired.
How do y'all feel about that? Like a professional athlete.
Ain't that the second player that left the Falcons? Because didn't no boy just leave too? I know he got in trouble.
Well,
but didn't somebody walk away?
Atlanta Falcons have had a head coach walk away from the Falcons.
Like, how do y'all feel?
Something wrong, man.
How do y'all feel about that?
It's Atlanta, man. It's Atlanta.
That's true. How do y'all feel about a professional athlete, whether it's football or basketball? Because athletes go through so much mentally and physically as well.
Right.
How do y'all feel about like players that's walking out or quitting without really notifying the team? Vontae Davis with the Buffalo Bills dipped at halftime.
Shout out.
And then now you're saying Mariota has walked out without really notifying the team.
Right.
Like, how do y'all feel about that? Like, is that something people should look down upon? Or also, at the same time, I've been giving my body and really my life for probably the majority that I can actually breathe, and sometimes you just tap out.
And people
are they excused from doing that?
People quit
from your standpoint.
People quit their jobs every day.
Every day.
People walk out on their jobs every day.
Okay, so you have the school of thought of, finish what you started. Y'all heard that. All of us heard that. Don't be a quitter. You know what I'm saying? Our parents who made us do things when we was younger. No, you can't quit the team. I want to quit the team. No, you can't quit. You got to finish because you started it, right? And I understand that when you're teaching them younger. So you got this whole school of thought. But then you also have school of thought. I'm going to put my body on the line. Maybe I'm not being treated right. Maybe things aren't going. Maybe I'm about to put myself in more harm. You know what I'm saying? I'm either going to quit You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel, to me, it would have to be, I would have to see the individual that does it. You see what I'm saying? Because certain individuals, y'all know, we talk about certain, like we talking about like Stetson Bennett attitude. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like him, if he would just say, I quit, okay, I know he I don't want to say the word because I don't want to cuss on here, but, you know, he female dogging it. You know what I'm saying? Like he mad because he can't get his way. You know what I'm saying? So, I know because of the attitude. You know what I'm saying? But certain ones, like when Vontae quit, I was like, you know, Vontae balled. You know what I'm saying? He always handled his business.
Buffalo was sucking at that time.
Buffalo was sucking at that time, and he was nobody ever had anything bad to say about him. He was always doing what he had to do. So in somewhere in my mind, that joke was like, man, I can't do this no more.
Man,
it's time to get out here.
I quit.
I just,
I did it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I just listened to an interview with Thomas Jones.
Running back.
Yeah.
Did you see what they're doing?
Yeah.
He got a documentary out.
Yep, he got a documentary.
I don't know if y'all seen it called After the NFL or something like that.
He covering like eight or nine NFL players after their playing career and seeing like just what they're doing.
Wow.
How they make. So I listened to an interview he had with on the Dan Le Batard show, and he basically said he played, I believe he said 9 straight weeks with a cracked rib. He said he got hit by Darren Sharper. He said he just came up the middle, and he just, you know, Darren Sharper laid that hit.
Right.
So he said he blasted him. So he felt shortness of breath, right? He said he played like that for another like 9 weeks, and they kept sending him to all kind of therapists, everything. Like Arizona Cardinals was sending him all everywhere. He's like, what I really needed was all I really needed at the end, what he found out, all he really needed was a chiropractor. Last place they was sent him though. Right. And
some breaks. Got a break.
He said he developed shortness of breath because he couldn't really take a deep breath in because his rib was like poking his lungs.
Yeah.
And so they was prescribing him with, he said he had boxes of Ambien, all kind of like, you know, pills all in his house. And he said, man, I went to a chiropractor. He did an adjustment on him and he was straight. Everything was straight after that. But that's the last place he was saying. He had to go find that on his own.
Wow.
Like, I would understand if he walked out the door.
Right.
And was like, yo, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done with it.
I'm done with this.
Yeah, and we don't be knowing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because, like, I mean, Tyrod Taylor punctured this man lung before he was supposed to start.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And the doctor is still there.
Employed. Still getting a check.
I mean, he's probably doing detriment to their next quarterback right now.
Yeah, man. The sport is too violent, man. That sport is too violent. Like, Mariota is a great dude.
Yeah.
Like, they love him. Like, he has the facility at Oregon named after him.
Wow.
Like, the workout facility is named after Marcus Mariota. Like, and they got all the tributes and everything to him. So, man, forget the Falcons. It's the Falcons at the end of the day.
And the thing is, you never hear, like, especially the NFL, you never hear none of the players be like, hey, man, he should have stayed.
Nah.
Like, when Andrew Luck dipped,
Ain't nobody said
nobody
ain't
said nothing
care.
about Andrew Luck.
They did like when I feel like when that happens, when they do that, they're not quitting, they just transitioning.
Yeah.
Transitioning, right.
That's all.
And they know when it's time.
They know when it's time because a lot of times what we do, we always feel like athletes, you know, don't have an identity outside of sports and they don't know what to do.
Right.
But anytime somebody can walk out at halftime or just in the middle of their prime, like the 5th year in the league and say, I'm out of here, they're transitioning. And so it's not, you're not quitting, you just transition to your next career move.
So my question is, why do people feel like these players owe the organization and the fans something? Like, they don't owe them anything. Like, their checks are not guaranteed the rest of their life.
They signing somebody in free agency next week.
I watched Michael Vick do the conversation with Shannon Sharp. Y'all watch? I don't know if y'all watched the interview. I watched just a piece of it. And when he started talking about, y'all remember the stories. Y'all remember when Mike Vick got in trouble. You know, the whole thing went down. Then everybody talking about Mike Vick broke. You remember that? Did somebody had no more money? Yeah. Mike was like, yeah, because I had invested some money with somebody that stole it from me. But he was like, Atlanta immediately came back and got all that bonus money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like they came for it. Yeah. He said like they came for it. Now, if this organization is such an organization, you got people that understand what it's doing. It's business. Mm-hmm. That's why we can quit at the middle. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Because if they looking out, you know, you about to do a 2-year bid. Let me keep that $2 million over there and take care of your family while you get out. Till you get out. No, ain't nobody said that. They was like, give me that bonus back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying let him keep the whole bonus, but you could have.
So is that like,
on top of that, he had somebody accountant stealing from him.
That's what I'm saying. He said he gave him buku money.
But how does it work contractually? Like when you, in contract wise, when you sign for a signing bonus, how can they take something back?
Because the signing bonus is due for the length of their contract.
I know they split it. They split it up. But how you can come back and recoup some of the signing bonus?
Because he couldn't fulfill it.
You got to fulfill
Mike
the contract.
Couldn't fulfill it.
You breach contract.
Yeah,
you don't play.
You're done.
Yeah, and then especially legally, because it's a legal reason.
You got
yeah.
seven-year contract with $100 million signing bonus.
Yeah.
And in year 6 you do something. They come back and get that whole $100 million back.
But no, they do that for some players.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
they didn't do it for Vic, but they take care of some of their players.
You understand?
They take care of their own.
They was ready to get rid of Vic though. That's what people not realizing too, because it wasn't the Atlanta Falcons anymore.
True.
It became Michael Vick and the Atlanta Falcons. Yep. So he became Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5.
Right,
so then it was no longer about the team, the franchise, and the city no more. It was what is Michael Vick gonna do today?
Right.
So much pride and ego.
Yeah.
And all of that.
But they ain't get to be a lot of them ain't get to be billionaires without that pride and ego.
And you got to think about it, like and ain't no shot to him because he appears to be a great owner. But Arthur Blank, like he comes down to the sideline in the fourth quarter of every game. Mm-hmm. Like, these are very egotistical people. Like,
want to be seen.
Look at Jerry Jones has a radio spot every Tuesday.
Owner of a $1 billion franchise on the radio.
Multi-billion-dollar franchise on local radio, dog, and like answering callers.
That's one of his problems.
That makes sense.
I think
crazy.
No, we can go further with Jerry Jones because you want to be the owner and the GM.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you can't even let it go.
But I mean, it goes across the board. I mean, you Mark Cuban. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of their name right now, but the owners of the Golden State Warriors, they like to be out front.
Right. Side note to that, they said that boy ain't got no contract yet. Bob Myers, the GM.
Oh yeah.
They were talking about that Saturday. I don't know if something happened between them, but they say they hadn't renewed his contract yet.
He gonna get a job.
He gonna
get a great job. He gonna pick wherever he want.
Them boys done paid all them players.
They can't pay him. He ain't pay the GM.
Hey, man.
He said, "Oh yeah, you signed them, but you gotta go."
But that
crypto then fell through.
You're
right about that.
Hey, but he done a hell of a job putting that team together.
Yeah.
They weren't supposed to win the championship last year. They weren't supposed to win the championship last year. I don't care what nobody say. They was not supposed to win the championship last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody thought that at the beginning of the season. Y'all know that. I mean, you believe in Steph, you know. But nobody, man, Clay was kind of like.
You ain't know Clay, if Clay was healthy or not.
Yeah, no, Clay was going to come back like that.
Yeah, man.
You said something about
Andrew Wiggins.
How the Atlanta Falcons became like Michael Vick. And they didn't like that. It was no longer the Atlanta Falcons. It was all about Mike Vick because I say ego and pride. And Will said that they didn't become billionaires without having ego and pride. My question is this. In order to get to that level of being a billionaire, can you actually get to a billionaire while keeping your integrity the whole time?
Okay, somebody put that out. Somebody put that out. Somebody posted that. Somebody posted that one time, and they was like, yo, is it possible to get to that level of money while keeping your integrity intact and not having to step on nobody? No.
Yeah, that's nobody in business.
But then the question is, what's stepping on somebody too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm pistol whipping you in the contract, I'm pistol whipping you. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Yeah, you got to read.
I'm better than you.
You got to read. You got to read.
I'm holding you over the balcony by your ankles, dog. It may tell you signed the contract, like.
Suge Knight.
Shout out to Suge, man.
I don't know. Y'all know how the system is, so I don't know. But we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Hey,
we'll let y'all know.
We'll let y'all know.
If there is a way, we'll figure it out.
So what we gonna do? How long, Buck? 5.
God's timing, man. I ain't putting no timing on it, man. I ain't putting no timing on it, man. Man, I'm ready to roll.
Hey, we gonna come back. We have a $1 billion session.
I ain't gonna get into it, but I think there's a way to do it. But a lot of times,
hard to make $200,000 when I was sipping on something.
Well, a lot of times, but true.
They be out there lurking.
But watch this. It depends on. Hey, watch this. It depends on who you stepping on.
Yeah, that's true.
Because some people need to be stepped on.
They do. They in the way. They be in the way. They be really in the way.
All the stuff we talk about, like we talking about, I ain't gonna bring this back up, but I'm bringing it back up. All the stuff went on with Brett Favre.
Yeah.
And whoever that is need to be stepped on. Like if I gotta step on them to get up there.
Yeah, if I need to step on Brett Favre, if I need to step on, I'll stomp Brett Favre. If I'll stomp Brett Favre out.
Stomp the yard.
I'll stomp him out.
Stomp the yard. Stomp the yard.
This man stepping on a Hall of Fame quarterback.
I'll stomp him. I will stomp him clean the hell out.
So what? So what? Nobody cares.
Nobody don't care about the Hall of Famers. Put
Skip
your
Bayless.
glasses back on.
Put your glasses back on.
Man, was that scripted? Was that scripted?
No,
Yes,
I know.
yes,
No.
Yes and no? Yes and no?
No.
Oh, man.
Here we go.
Here we go today.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm with you. I almost, Doug. Listen,
I don't know.
When you
Scripted
sent,
or not? Come
Doug,
on.
when you sent it, I almost believed it because Shannon sold it. I was like, oh dang, he mad. He better come across the table. Skip done it now, right? But then as soon as Skip started talking, he was like, I don't care. You know what? I didn't say that. I didn't say Baker Mayfield. And then he started talking like that. I was like, come on, bro.
That's how Skip talk, though.
But y'all know we didn't all argue before, man.
Yeah.
Skip was not arguing.
Montreal.
Skip wasn't arguing, bro.
Montreal. How long?
Was Skip arguing?
Yes. Time out. Dante, how long have I known you?
Forever, dog. Like I say since you had to be like 8 or 9 years old. So
How long have I known you?
Yeah, the same. Yeah.
Okay, so Will, I feel like
About
I've known
10,
you forever,
10,
too.
12 years.
It
About
seems
10,
like
12
it really
years.
has.
Yeah.
First off, when I saw Will, I feel like Will was in a second life. Like I saw Will somewhere else.
Say, brother, boys, as soon as he seen me.
I did.
But we in the middle of church. This boy said, hey, don't I know you?
I never met him.
Do you?
Bro, no, it was a crazy. I said, I'm so serious.
Boy said, man,
I ain't
know
about to
you.
get to that, but
Right.
maybe it is a second life out there.
Could be.
All right. So we've had. I swear I see Will. I'm telling you.
I seen you before, bro.
That's why I
That
see
boy
you,
really
bro.
said that at that moment. I ain't never
That's
made
my first words. I didn't say, man, what's up?
Nothing.
Man, I know you from somewhere.
Listen, man,
Like, but anyway, bruh. And so we've known each other for a long time. We've had disagreements.
Yep.
Right.
Have I ever taken off my glasses? I took off my shirt and said, "What's up?"
nah.
My shirt,
Nah. I didn't see you turn.
We got close though.
No.
We got close a couple times.
Close, okay.
Yeah, but no, I never
But
seen
you
no.
know,
No, not like that. Not like
man,
that.
put your shirt back on. Put your glasses back on.
Man, put your shirt back
Yeah,
on.
you know, we never got to that point. And Skip and Shannon started stuttering. And so anytime when you get angry, you start to stutter. And you know how Skip is, because sometimes he'll get on Shannon sometimes. It's not your turn. It's not your turn.
Right.
I'm telling you, that wasn't scripted because you know when Skip gets enamored with a certain player, he just, no matter how bad they play, he always gonna make excuses for him. He know how he's about Tom Brady.
He is, right.
And so,
Give me an example of a player that Skip did that with.
Tim Tebow.
What he did.
He told Tim Tebow, this was on First Take, Skip and Stephen A. was on First Take. They were arguing about Tim Tebow, and he told Tim Tebow is an elite quarterback. Stephen A. said he's not an elite quarterback.
Right.
And so they got into like Skip talking about how many people he brings to the game, the ticket sales.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster, right?
He Blockbuster.
And Stephen A. Smith said,
I remember that.
get that. He started naming players that he's more box office than, right?
Right.
And so Stephen A. was agreeing with, okay, he's more box office. He said, is he more box office than LeBron James? Is Tim Tebow more box office than LeBron
Stephen A.
James?
said.
Stephen A. asked Skip that. Skip said, yeah.
Oh,
Stephen
man.
A. got up and walked off the set. Because you heard Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp has both said that Skip, whatever comes out of Skip's mouth, he believes it. He's convicted about what he's saying. And so honestly, I really think that was serious. That man took off his glasses, Trail. You could tell him, they not no actors. Shannon ain't no actor.
I don't know, bro.
Shannon would be a terrible actor in the movie.
No, I'll go 50-50 with you. This is as far as I can go, Doug.
Nah,
I
man. Agree, man.
I'm agreeing with you. 50%. I think Shannon was turned. I think Shannon was real. I think Skip was just being the agitator that he is, and that's why I felt like it was acting.
Irritant.
Yeah, I think that's just what he's always been.
Yeah, he be playing the street, man.
Yeah, he always been, and I think it got him a little bit more reaction than he expected. But you got to go with it now because that's ratings, baby. That little snippet probably was through the roof, boy.
Yeah, we talking about it right now.
It went viral. It definitely went viral.
Made some money.
Put your glasses back on.
Put your glasses, man.
Now, come on.
You gotta tell somebody, put your shirt back on.
Now, come on, Trev. Put your glasses back on. That's very disrespectful.
I gotta come across the table.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm kind of torn about it though because Shannon is a good actor. You can say what you want. I seen Shannon with the cognac. I seen him with the Black and Miles. I seen him acting, dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shannon might be acting, bro. He might be acting. Yeah, he got the yak.
Y'all know how I feel, man. Once, people ain't really checking for you, or the season about to get a little low for you, nobody watching you. Somebody got to do something crazy. It happens all the time in everything that we see.
Right.
So that's the only thing. My mind, I'm sorry, I done seen so much that my mind goes there first now.
Okay, makes sense.
But you're right though, because it's pure Hollywood. You know why? Because even with us today, we was talking about topics before the show, and we was like, man, ain't nothing really to talk about. We need a scandal out here.
Somebody got to do
like
something.
we need something to pop. So they ain't had nothing to talk about, so they made their own scandal.
Unless I see somebody really, if Shannon's really mad, slap that man. Slap that man. Throw your glasses at him.
Well,
I got money. I got.
We done seen the slap before. We don't know that was real.
Like
I know the tour tickets went up.
I've seen like on like a studio show like that, like somebody actually got my head up, like Jim Rome and Jim Everett.
Boy, Chris, he calling him Chris.
Chris Everett. Yeah, he kept calling him Chris.
Yeah, he kept calling him Chris.
And he said, "Stop calling me Chris, man. My name's Chris." And Jim Everett got up and like flipped the table, dog, like for real, and like they
wait. Jim Rome kept on calling
Jim
Everett Chris Everett.
Yes. And he said,
he was doing it on purpose.
Yes, he was absolutely
I gotta
like
because he said he played like a girl. He said he was playing quarterback like a girl, so he gonna call him Chris.
Now you talking about he was an irritant. Jim Rome?
Said, bro, the greatest of all time.
Jim Rome was the greatest.
Jim Rome got me into sports.
Right now, bro? What he doing right now?
I don't know what he's doing right now, but he got me into sports talk, bro.
I think he on he got a Sirius XM channel now, and he just banking, man. Like, he's still making old money off of the Jim Rome show.
Yeah, because he owned all it.
Yeah,
he owned all
of
it.
it.
That's what was dope.
Like he like the Godfather. He like one of the Godfathers of the sports talk.
And then Mike and Mike came out after that.
Right.
The original Mike and Mike.
Right. You got with Mad Dog.
Yep, Mad Dogs.
It was sports and everything like
whole
that.
East Coast.
Yeah.
Man, we need something. Since we talking about lackluster, and maybe it's because there's so many opportunities for shows now. You know what I'm saying? That different people have shows and podcasts, whatever.
We got a mini scandal that we could talk about.
But what I'm just saying, we need a show. We need a show that was what's the show right now? Like, what's the sports show to go to? You turn on. What's the show?
Like, you talking about a sports show?
Yeah, just like what's the sports show to go to?
Not debate show, just.
Well, just debate show, whatever. Like we used to like First Take with Stephen A.
We did.
And Skip. It was the show that you scheduled to watch that more.
I don't watch it anymore.
You know what I'm saying?
I watch none of them. I watch none of them.
I used to, what show I used to love?
What's that?
But like NFL, ain't no way NFL let that go no more. Remember Playmakers?
Yeah.
Playmakers used to
On
be
USA?
Yeah.
No, it's on ESPN.
ESPN.
It was good.
Playmakers was so good, dog. They had they was cutthroat. They was dealing with like steroids and everything else. I was like,
it was real life.
It was like real life, and NFL came in and shut that mug down.
I think some of these channels, man, like HBO, like some of these ones that uncut. I think they got a chance to like catch a market like that. You know what I'm saying? And really put some stuff.
I think
on
they
TV.
scared of the NFL though, because they still got their regular talk shows that's about the NFL on HBO.
Yeah, I got you.
So they scared to do something like that.
Yeah, they partners.
Yeah.
You can't talk about your league. You can't talk about a league partner like that.
So let me get back.
But we could do it.
We doing it.
How in the world?
How we get over here, right? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
So let me get back. So I got one more question because we never answered it. Who is the standout player this year?
In college?
Yeah.
You still remember
college football?
Yeah, I was still thinking about it. I was like, I looked back at the topic. I was like,
in college football?
Now, I know. All right, Caleb. We got Caleb, but we knew Caleb was a dog already.
Right.
Yeah.
So who's the new standout player this year that was like, dang, this boy came out of nowhere and we didn't know what was what.
I mean, he didn't really come out of nowhere. He was a 5-star player, but like I said about, I know I said it midway through the season because I remember saying it while we was on the podcast. Bijan Robinson, Texas, running back.
He run that thing. He told the rock.
Okay.
He toast the rock. Defensively, like y'all was saying earlier, it's hard to find somebody because of the offense.
Everybody want to
play offense, so it's kind of hard to find, defensive players. Like even the defensive players that we knew were good coming into the season. Like it was like average this year.
Right. Can't do nothing.
So it's kind of hard.
And that's the thing. You're gonna see a lot of average players in the first 2 rounds of the NFL draft this year.
Sheesh.
Because of schemes making players look better.
Either that, or you gonna find out that a bunch of these players are like they're gonna call them gems that they found.
5th, 6th round cats.
But these just cats that could just flat out play, but they was just in schemes that didn't fit them.
Yeah.
What about the NFL loving that too, boy?
Yeah, I can't name one dope player that I just watched that played defense.
Just a standout
in college. No standouts. It's no standouts on defense in college football.
Not on defense.
Not even on a local level.
No.
Not even your boy number 40. He ain't no standout. Like I went back and watched some of them games from Harold Perkins.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't what they was hyping him up in the middle of the season to be.
Right.
He had 4 sacks in one game.
He did.
Right.
So that's hype, man. That's all hype, man. You run
the
ball at him, you gashing 7 yards of carry.
Sheesh.
So he ain't no Michael Parsons yet.
Nah.
He got to develop. Like you were saying earlier, you got to develop your game after a couple years.
Who the last one we saw? Who the last standout?
Defensive players?
Standout. Defense or offense? Who the last big standout we seen?
Oh.
We got to go back a couple years. Huh?
Individual players?
Ain't Justin? What?
I mean, you know.
Oh man, my bad. I got one that stood out on defense that did his thing all year. From game 1, he was injured a couple games, but then to the last game that I seen him play, and he gonna ball out in the bowl game. Travis Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Travis Hunter balled on defense all year.
100%.
He sure did.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. You ain't lying. 100%.
Now Will Anderson balled out last year.
He did.
He ain't ball out this year though.
Still at 10
That's why I'm
sacks.
saying he should have.
Yeah, 10 sacks this year?
Should have rolled
Still at
out.
10.
He should have rolled out.
Should have rolled out.
Should
He's
have
still
rolled
in
out.
top 5 though. They gonna draft him top 5.
Absolutely.
Because I watch some of the games like they double them and they
double
chip
him.
him with the running back. He's still at 10 sacks.
Hey, bro. Just quick aside. Hey, bro.
It's no more.
Stop calling that mug chipping coming out the backfield because I watched some games this weekend. Dog, these running backs be coming out and they be laying the lumber on defensive ends.
Bro.
I'm talking about taking them clean
almost got to though.
taking them clean off the bro. I saw Matthew Judon for the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Man, old boy came out the backfield talking about chip. Man, that boy clean Judon clean off his feet, bro.
You think Junan ain't see him at all though?
I don't think he saw him at all.
Yeah, I don't think he saw him.
I don't think he saw him
seen
at all.
him play.
Matter of fact,
think he saw him.
I saw I think earlier this year, Michael Parkinson's got chipped. And he was complaining about Leonard Fournette.
Yep.
And he was complaining. He was
Oh,
complaining about it on social
Talking about
media.
that's a dirty
Okay,
hit.
but it's
But lead you out.
It's Leonard too.
Keep your head on the swivel.
Yeah,
Ain't you taught to keep your head on the swivel?
I
That's true.
don't think Leonard could chip nobody if he wanted to.
That's what I'm saying.
He 240 all day.
We gotta find another term for it though. We can't call that ain't no chip man. First of all, I'm going against a tackle that's 6'7", 315. And then you coming out the backfield with 6'1", 245 right into my chest. Hey man, that ain't no chip.
Yeah, man. It's just like,
It's a combo block.
Right.
It's a combo block.
like Will said, it's just now like it's no people are playing out of position, and so I think they had a linebacker from Georgia this year was first team All American. He had 65 tackles. I never heard of him.
That's it?
That's what I'm
he
saying.
ain't even hit 100?
No, it didn't have 100. Like so, I never heard of him. And
Come on, bro.
it's
Man,
like,
he played an extra game. 13 games.
That's what I'm saying.
13
And so,
games,
like,
65 tackles.
It's no more of these days where it's just
Nah,
like
bro.
you knew. Like I remember like Derek Johnson at Texas, linebacker
Oh,
with
he
the Cowboy
running.
collar.
Number 11.
You had LeVar Arrington.
Whew.
You had
Oh my
Nasty.
God.
even
Nasty.
Oklahoma, Teddy Lehman, all those
Teddy
guys
used to roll too, boy.
that you watched and you saw like Will said, you saw them develop, and now with the transfer portal, you're not getting that development. Like I can't when I turn on TV on Saturday, like no player, especially defensively, is popping. Like you know what, this dude is different.
Right.
You know, offense. I think the scheme is so well that people are going to shine. If they wasn't so schemed so well, I don't think they'll be that good. Now I'm gonna say something. And Tennessee fans can get mad all they want. Jalen Hyde, that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's gonna be that great in the NFL
Not only that.
because he doesn't have a route.
One
Yeah,
route.
yeah, route.
One route.
Doug, I ain't know him. When I texted you on the group, I just thought it was dope because I saw his numbers, and I was like, "Yeah, skip the bowl games.
Skip the bowl
You know what I'm saying?
He-
To save your life." But I ain't know that boy. I ain't never heard his name for my life. I watched Tennessee games, called the games, and everything. I don't know who he is.
He was the second. He's I mean, if we're talking about just clean out, he's the second best wide receiver on his team.
He just got the stats
He
this
just
year.
got the stats because the first wide receiver was hurt most of the year.
So he's smart. He taking his chance and rolling.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
No, he's
So
strike
supposed
while
to
iron's
roll.
hot. Strike
And
while
he's not
iron's
supposed to
hot.
play in the bowl game.
Yeah.
Because something else we talking about right now is NIL money. how do they transition NIL money to bowl games, and how do the players forced to sit out and make y'all play me?
Yeah.
If you get 70 players on your team that say, hey, we ain't playing in the bowl game unless y'all pay us NIL money.
Yep.
Pay them.
They gonna steal this. You know they be stealing from us, right?
Hey man.
But it's NIL.
Hey, but you know something else? Doug showed me the other day. They ain't just stealing from us no more. They stealing from some other people. Doug.
So you mean to tell me that they taking pieces from everybody and trying to put it together and making a show?
Making a show.
We own something. So that both.
He sent it to me. I ain't even sent it to him. He said, "What is this, Will?"
We own something.
We own something.
Because all right, what happened? So we talked about the NIL, right? And they need to start if they want people to play in these bowl games. Obviously, when they expand to 12 teams, at some point the bowls is going to be obsolete. But you remember
I don't know.
It's hard to see.
Is the bowl's going to be obsolete or the regular season going to be obsolete?
I think
when you expand to 12,
the bowls.
I think it make the regular season more important. Actually,
it is because now you're gonna have you can have schedules. Like you're not gonna play cupcake team 3.
Also, you on the back end of the season, them week 10, 11, and 12 games are gonna be must wins for teams on the bubble.
Sure is
to get in the playoffs. You mess around and lose a week 11 game. You get, and then you lose an SEC championship game too. Then now you number 16 instead of number 12.
Right.
I think it's gonna make the regular season more important.
What happened to that movie? Because we talking about paying players for the bowl. Remember that movie that was coming out and they previewed it on YouTube? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Before the season, it was the first week of the
season. And so they had this big time college. The whole thing of the movie was they had this big time college quarterback that was paying for the national championship game.
Yep.
They found out how much money the school was getting to play in the championship game. And so he brought a big deal. The whole team set out. If they set out, that means it's no game, no money. And so where that movie at, nobody knows.
They're trying to bury that.
They are.
And they did bury it.
Yeah.
Because this was right before the season.
It's right before the season.
Unless it come out right before the national championship.
What are you talking about? This it came when it came out right before this.
Right
season?
before this season
It was
started.
like it was
the trailer. They had the trailer on.
It was like on YouTube.
They couldn't.
It was
let
everywhere.
me tell you, let's go. We Evergreen, right? So we talk about things. Listen, media is the way to coerce the mass mindset. It's always been. The reason they didn't want to sell these TV stations, the reason they don't want you to do what they want to do in the music, y'all know what we're talking about. The reason they don't want you to do, you can't say this or whatever, is because they know that this is the way to manipulate the mass mindset. Because everybody's watching something.
Right.
You either on social media, you watch TV, you listen to something, but like they're doing that because that's why these most people don't know, but like all industries are the same. You got the big TV stations, you got like Disney that own all them stations, right? Then you have the music the same way. They got big four. They got four big labels. I named the four of them, and they own all the other labels you hear, right? And then it's the same thing with books, with literature and publishing houses. Yeah. It's the same thing. There's only 3 or 4 of them that own everything, and it's the same people. Fashion, same people. Only 3 or 4 of them that own everything. The same people. It's for a reason because they manipulating the mindset, right? So that's the same thing. If I put that movie out, Doug, you just allowed me to have a thought that I might not have thought before. I'm a young dude on the team. They got pulled on the team. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wait, hold up. They are about to make this much money. And right now, I think that this generation of players don't really care that much to where they'll do something like that.
Yeah.
So the trailer was in 2021?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the trailer of it. It's called National
Champions.
National Champions.
And never came out.
Never came out.
Never came out. Not that I know of. And so the championship game was in the Superdome.
Mm-hmm.
So they filmed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the movie done.
Yeah,
movie out. They got ratings.
Oh, the movie's out.
But they buried it.
But yeah.
Man,
we ain't even. Shout out to my dude EJ, man. We're gonna have to watch it. We're gonna have to watch it, EJ, and come and do a film review on it, man.
They say it's on Showtime. They say it's on Showtime.
It's on Showtime.
I'm on that mug tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, this is why we're gonna watch it. We'll talk about it next time.
All right, so back to NIL season.
Hey, I think what they're gonna have to do, and they're gonna steal this from Will. Y'all know, but they need to do NIL bonuses.
Yeah, but who?
NIL bonuses. I don't. They need to figure it out.
That's my key is. Who paying for NIL?
Mm-hmm.
Because the schools should be paying for NIL instead of getting boosters to fund the boosters.
You always say that.
Why the boosters are paying into what it is last week?
Mm-hmm.
What the endowments?
The endowments, the collective.
So why are the why are the alumni and the boosters paying into endowments instead of paying the kids?
What exactly are they doing with the endowments?
This is making more and more money. They're just putting it in an account to make more and more money.
I'm trying to see what exactly.
So something just clicked too. What you said, like you're right. Why are the schools not paying this? Because the product on the field is making the school money.
And they get the TV deal, so it's not like the money coming out of thin air. They're getting paid to put the team on TV. That's NIL.
So y'all
that is NIL.
It's like the boosters but the boosters giving you money. They're not really getting nothing from it. It's just like we all own the company.
Yeah, we just funding you.
I'm paying somebody to produce. I'm paying somebody to do sales. I'm paying somebody to do their job so I can generate more revenue.
Absolutely.
The schools are generating revenue for the players being on the field. So why the schools ain't paying NIL?
That's why ESPN and CBS and NBC and Fox not paying NIL deals because they've been paying NIL deals. The schools just was never paying the players. They're paying for name, image, and likeness on the TV screen.
Wow, that's a good point.
This is. I mean.
It's common sense, yo. Like they don't.
The NCAA, not the NCAA. These schools, not because it's not the NCAA. These schools are Vegas, right? Yeah. They live by Vegas rules. The house always wins.
The house always wins.
Like we're getting paid multi-billion-dollar contracts, right? We're not paying any of our labor, and we're getting slavery. We're getting people. We're getting people who used to go to this school. Who have gone on to make themselves successful to pay the players.
Yep.
While we just collecting checks.
All day.
Because these boosters are also paying for season tickets.
So then you take it a step further. So what it is, the All-State Sugar Bowl.
Yep.
All-State doesn't have to do NIL. They're already doing NIL.
They're doing it.
They're already paying it.
So the kids should be getting a cut of the All-State Sugar Bowl money.
But isn't that interesting, Will? As big as NIL is, as big as some players are have the potential to be, that you don't never see none of these big companies doing no deal with none of them. Like there's no nationwide NIL.
There's nationwide insurance, but no nationwide NIL deal.
Who got one?
Young had it. He was on Dr. Pepper commercial.
Okay, all right. I give you Bryce.
And DJ,
we younger.
DJU.
Yeah,
just call him DJU. But he really in the Dr. Pepper transfer portal right now, though. He's definitely in the Dr. Pepper transfer portal. He's out of there.
He's in the portal.
So
where he coming from? Y'all can break it down to me.
I mean, he's at Clemson.
The quarterback.
The quarterback. What you put out.
Right.
You know, don't take every deal.
Right.
That you might end up being that deal.
You know, that deal.
But I think he's gonna succeed though because Bama need a quarterback. So
yeah, they do.
So just go to Bama, man.
Hey,
go to Bama.
They do.
Hey, so what we're saying is they should be getting. So it should be like
we saying the same thing we've been saying since the beginning.
It should be like an NFL.
We saying the schools. We saying the same thing we've been saying from the beginning. We saying whoever uniform you putting on should be the same name on the check that you get.
Yep. And any other check you get outside of that should be extra.
Like if
it's like an endorsement deal.
Yeah, any other check should be extra.
I wear a shirt to the place that I work, and their name is on the check that I get.
Right.
And I got on one right now.
Exactly.
Right now under here. It's under there, yo. Like it's right there.
We're gonna make a lot of on this podcast, on this particular episode, we're gonna make a lot of schools sweat right now. Because if boosters at these schools watch this episode,
right,
they're businessmen and women, they gonna sit back
and be like, am I getting shafted?
Like, wait a minute.
I could take it a step further. They ain't even gotta be no businessmen. Y'all can go and give to the collective from the businessman that started it. And whatever you was giving the $500, the $200, you can give it straight to that businessman because he already started a collective. And then he could pay whatever player you want him to play.
But see, this is the thing.
Instead of doing instead of doing what the boost, instead of giving to the school.
Instead of giving it to the school.
They've got to have already been seeing this though. Like they've got to they keep it quiet just because nobody won't be embarrassed on either side of it. But I know there has got to be plenty stories of kids that are saying, "Hey, if you slide that bag, I'm signing." They slide them $10,000 and they sign somewhere else. What you gonna do? You ain't got no recourse. You ain't got no recourse. What you gonna do?
I do.
They got to have them stories out there.
That's why some of these kids are jumping in that portal.
Bingo.
Because if you could get, I got a new top 5, and that new top 5 all give you 10 grand.
Come on.
I go to another school anyway and get another 20 grand from somebody else, and can't nobody tell on you because it's NIL.
I wonder what the agreements are like. You ever thought about it? I don't know anything about it. I wonder what the agreements are.
I don't think it's really like a sole agreement because what happened is, again, what we said earlier in the podcast, you didn't get to a certain position of money status. And we talked about in our past episode, money confidence, if you have some type of pride or ego. And so when N.I.L first came out, now it's competitiveness. It's like they're really competitive, these boosters. No, we're gonna put the most money up. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get this player. And so when you're in a rush like that, it really ain't no agreement.
Ain't no thinking. Ain't nobody thinking. Everybody just throwing money.
Ain't nobody thinking.
We hand that over.
It's like, hey man, it's like going to the strip club. Like ain't nobody thinking, dog. Everybody just throwing.
If I'm a player, and I know we talked about this, while like college football is not as exciting, but I like from a fan perspective. But if I'm a player and I ball out my first year of school, like ball out, I'm in the portal. The reason I'm hitting the portal, I'm just gonna jump in it because now you got leverage.
Yes. You gonna make them bid against themselves.
Regardless.
They gonna bid regardless. Like even the team
that you leave.
The dude for Alabama, the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Like
Bid
he hopped in the portal. Like what's up?
What's up? Let me see what's happening. That's testing out free agency.
But the smart thing is you do it early.
Yeah.
Because then when all these other players get ready to leave to the league and these juniors leaving to go to the league, now these other teams got hoes.
Yeah.
So now USC really might need you.
Yeah.
They might be willing to pay you $3 million for 1 year to come there.
You say you ball as a freshman and sophomore.
Dog, boy.
See,
They just paid a wide receiver $1 million
That's what I'm
and they tried to get Keisha on him for $1 million and he stayed.
And he stayed.
And he stayed. So we don't know what he got.
N.I.L too, man.
we got an idea.
It's bigger than winning football games. And I think the reason people didn't want this is because now these young men are having a progressive mindset,
Come on,
and a business mindset.
Come on, foundation.
Because now they're thinking about the business side of it and developing mentally, not just physically on the football field. They really sitting back and negotiating and sitting down with their families and like, wait a minute.
Hey,
this is something we can leverage and I can set myself up.
Yep.
If I blow my knee out, I got $1 million in the bank.
Doug.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Hey, Doug.
Let me go holler at Glory Real Estate and give me about 5 rental properties.
Yep.
Set for life.
Straight up.
Set for life.
Hey, show me how to run it, bro.
Set for life. Hey.
How many practice squad players wish they'd have stayed and just
Yeah, like back in the
I'm just saying, like,
Just stay and play in college. And
Just stay and
like if
NIL
with this,
And you work on your masters of your doctrine.
I know we
at
always
the
say
same time.
this. I know we always say this. Boy, how much money would Reggie Bush have made in NIL?
And why they still ain't reinstate this man? Why they ain't?
This is.
Why this man still ain't got no Heisman?
You just proving that it should have been
They
this.
didn't give it back to him yet, though.
Nah,
But
but that's
he's
ego.
going back on campus.
Leave USC.
Is his stuff back up? Because they took all his rewards down
I
here.
don't know. I ain't going out there this year.
OJ still has his Heisman.
Question.
OJ did it.
OJ did it.
OJ still got his Heisman.
Hey, question. Who would have? Let's get a top 5.
right.
If we can pick top 5.
Go ahead.
Let's give our top 5. What we're gonna give a range. The last 10 years,
Okay.
10 to 15 years.
10. Okay.
10 to 15
years. All right. And I know we gonna be throwing all kind of numbers out there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's name top 5. Who would have been the top 5 money makers
Oh Jesus Christ.
In NIL?
in NIL in the last 10 to 15
10 to
years?
15 year win. So
Tim
Okay.
Tebow on the top 5.
That's past 10 years. Oh, 15.
Yeah, 10, 15, yeah.
All right.
So Tim top 5.
Tebow.
Hello.
Yeah, Tim top 5, boy.
all right. So yeah, Tim Tebow.
Reggie Bush.
Reggie top 5. And this is not 1, 2, and 3. We just
I
doing
think
5.
Reggie, let's just say 20
Yeah,
years. Let's say
Reggie-
20 years.
20,
Reggie,
20,
old. 20
yeah,
years. 20
All
years.
right,
20 years.
20.
20 years.
All right.
I be
All right,
forgetting.
So from 2002.
I be forgetting. I've been watching football for 20
to
years.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
You got Tim?
I looked at that thing today. Who age is that?
What?
What are y'all talking about?
20 years
Tebow.
ago.
I don't know
Reggie
who that
Bush.
was.
Vince Young.
Vince Young, Cam Newton,
Wait, can say it again. Go ahead.
Tim,
Reggie.
Reggie.
Vince Young,
Cam.
Cam Newton.
Nah,
throwing
Cam
Johnny?
Newton wouldn't
You
have got
Because
it.
the one
Cam,
you-
he was 1 year. He was 1 and done.
1 year. Oh,
And he got in all that trouble at Florida, then came from a JUCO. Cam Newton wouldn't have got no money in
because of
NIL.
the
Yeah, he wouldn't have got no money in
Johnny?
NIL. Johnny Manziel came back, he would have got money.
Yeah.
He would have been top 5.
Johnny.
Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel, I see. Reggie Bush, that's 3.
Vince. I go with Vince. I give it
He ain't
Vince.
stay though.
But
See, they
yeah.
stayed.
Oh, you talking about?
They stayed. See, that all of them
But let's
players
just say
came
NIL was
back.
Here. Let's just say NIL. But Vince balled. But Reggie Bush left early too now as a junior.
But he came back because remember the quarterback won the Heisman his last year.
right.
So he won.
Vince-
He won it as a sophomore. Reggie
Right.
won it as a sophomore.
Hold on, I ain't saying
Johnny
who would've
Manziel
made
won
the
it
most
as a
money.
freshman.
I'm saying who would have got some of the biggest contracts.
Man,
Some-
damn
Yeah.
McFadden.
Darren Fat was so good, bro.
Like
So
back-to-back
good, bro.
Heisman.
Would have got that Walmart money too.
Walmart.
Darren McFadden.
But was he a superstar?
And that
I'm talking about
cowboy
superstar.
money.
I'm talking about superstar. I know he was. I know he was. I'm talking about.
But hey, calm down, Doug. Calm down, man.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Hey, calm it down, man. We just talking about him getting into it and taking shirts off. Look at this man, serious.
What I'm asking is like this, like
we know you got a soft spot for McFadden, man. We know what it is.
I got this. Nobody was buying McFadden jerseys.
Who wasn't?
They was wearing them, dog.
But
The fives, that was five.
Hold up, they wasn't wearing them like they were wearing Tebow jerseys.
Put your sweatshirt back on.
Put your sweatshirt back on. They wasn't wearing them like they wearing Tebow jerseys.
Yeah, that's a different.
They wasn't wearing like the man. That's what I'm saying.
That's a different.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
You got a point too. Demographics, population.
I mean, we know that. We know the small market team, large market team. That's why I'm saying that.
Jared Jones went to Arkansas.
I mean, he did.
So you don't think he would have broke McFadden?
Arkansas all his life, yeah.
Broke McFadden, no.
Come on,
He's Arkansas all
One of
his
them
life.
shell businesses, them shell corporations.
McFadden was a superstar.
So let's put
Did
him
y'all
on.
see Pat Bell on that podcast talking about Dan McFadden?
Because he went to Arkansas, yeah. He went to Pat Bell went to Arkansas.
Say he never seen nothing like it.
Yeah, no, he never, yeah.
Yeah,
bro.
So let's put him on a border of 5 then. So we got Johnny Manziel,
Johnny, Tebow,
Tim Tebow,
Reggie, Vince.
He said no.
Vince only balled 1 year though.
It's Texas though. It's Texas
He only
though.
balled 1
It's
year
Texas,
though. Them other boys came back another year.
But it's Texas though. It's Texas. You know they get their money. Texas get their money.
Yeah.
Texas they own confederation, boy.
What about Peter Ward?
Nah, I got one. We talked about him earlier. Michael Vick played 2 years and dominated both years at Virginia Tech. Dominated. He was a highlight reel in the Superdome.
He within 20?
Yeah.
Did he have a better
Close.
redshirt freshman year though? The year they played when they went the year they went to Sugar Bowl.
Went to
I
play
feel
for
like he got hurt the second
But he
year.
played the redshirt sophomore year. That's what I'm saying. All of these cats came back the next year and still played. So you would have got more money the second year.
Boy, Jamarcus would have got some money, boy.
I don't know.
That'd have been something.
Because
He'd have got it.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have got it.
He would have never went
He might not
first
lived up to
overall.
it, but he'd have got it.
Yeah, he would have never went first overall. He proved that.
I'm trying to think of different players. I'm going on the list in my head now.
Man, I'm thinking of one player. I'm not sure how much he would have got, but I think he would have did something with it. I think he would have did something, man. Michael Crabtree.
Yeah, Crabtree was a dog.
He
Crab was a
two-time Blendikoff winner.
Michael Crabtree was
Crab was a dog.
Crab was a dog. What happened? He didn't have a good system in the NFL, or it just was. I know he balled for a little while.
He was
in
a
San Fran.
Yeah, he balled. He balled.
He was a decent.
He balled.
They big in the fight game. Like with his uncle and them, they big in the fight game. They got a lot of fighters and stuff like that. Any of the Ohio State running backs and Ted Ginn, Beanie Wells, Maurice Claret. Maurice Claret would have got paid.
Maurice, man.
Who the top 5?
Shoot, man. Mike Williams used to be.
Tebow 1.
All right.
Tebow 1. This is my top 5. Tebow 1. Reggie 2.
Mm-hmm. I could dig that.
All right, Johnny 3 for me.
Okay.
Johnny 3. Vince is 4. Because we just Texas. And 5 for me. I don't even know if I got a 5. 5 for me. I don't even know if I got a 5, bro. I can't come up with nobody that's really gonna be like a standout. Like
that tell you how bad Florida State and Miami been the last couple of years. Because before, if we would have said the last 30 years, it would have been littered with Hurricanes and Seminoles.
Charlotte Ward,
Easy.
Ward,
Willis McGahee,
Clinton Portis,
Andre Johnson.
I'm thinking, bro. I'm thinking about blockbuster dudes. I'm thinking about dudes that were bigger.
Highlights.
They were bigger than their school.
I got one. I got a 5. My top 5 about the same as his, and I'm gonna add one.
So you got
Tyrann Mathieu.
Whew. Okay, yeah.
Tyrann Mathieu would have been. That would have been my 5. That would have been my 5.
All right.
That's my 5. That's my 5.
All right.
Tebow.
That's my 5. He's my 5th. Tyrann.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah, that.
Because I'm just thinking about people that like what Tyrann did was bigger than
LSU.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's going up for the Heisman. You know,
Then he had a nickname, the Honey Badger.
Right.
Like,
right.
You would have had him all on the Planters Peanuts commercials,
That's
man.
true.
You'd have been getting it.
Who you got down?
Oh, all right. So let me see. 15 years. I'm going Vince. If we, man, look, I know I respect what you said, but Cam Newton, for 1 year, was the man. Like
And we hadn't seen that night.
Yeah.
like
At the time.
I'm sitting here thinking, I'm trying to name somebody else that was on that Auburn team.
All you got is Nick Fairley. That's it.
And Nick Fairley, right?
That's it.
Not,
Lutton Kirk, the tight end or whatever his name was, something weird.
Didn't they have them? Well, they might have been after him. Them Iron Boys wasn't playing with him.
Kenny Irons?
No, Kenny Irons
was before him. It was before him.
Oh,
It was before him.
Like
Them boys used to run too.
man, all them boys, Cadillac and Ronnie
Brown,
bro.
Ronnie Brown was a grown man.
All right, so all right, Cam.
They don't make them like they used to.
No,
they don't.
Nah.
They all want to be wide receivers. They losing weight to play wide receiver.
I don't blame him. Reggie running back is not what's up. Reggie Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, man. I'm trying to think of somebody in the Northeast.
It's hard.
How old is Fitzgerald? That's what I'm trying.
I think he played like 20 years in the NFL, huh?
Yeah.
So he might be out. He out the scope. He out the scope. All right.
I got a defensive player who would have made some money. He was at a big school too. Luke Kuechly.
Ooh.
That boy would have made some money up there.
Boston College.
I started thinking about Northeast players.
Mm-hmm. Hey, in college, I know he had that little. I don't know he had the scandal, but Manti Te'o.
Yeah. Yeah. T.O.
And then you got to think about Notre Dame.
Notre Dame got that money.
All right. That's
I don't think they'll pay though.
You think they just
hold
their pockets? Hold their pockets.
We're gonna see. We're about to see.
They got top 5 class right now.
Oh, man,
they number 4.
I gotta have.
Oh, they are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have to say Tebow, bro.
That's 5.
What's your 5? So name your 5.
All right, Cam. All right, Reggie Bush, Vince Young, Manti Te'o,
and Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got Tebow, Reggie Bush, Cam Newton.
Okay.
But I think Cam Newton would have picked up NIL money during the year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
This is an interesting concept too.
Yeah.
By the way.
And then I got Vic, Mike Vick, and number 5 is Calvin Johnson.
Sheesh. Where you played in college?
Georgia Tech though.
Oh, yes. But he wasn't. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Because of the. I'm talking about from a company standpoint.
Yeah.
How you can market him from a company standpoint.
Absolutely. Now, if we go recently on the fringe of it, if we go past 5, Joey would have got a lot of money. Joe Burrow. Joe Lamar would have made a lot of money.
Yeah. At Louisville paying right now.
They will.
Louisville paying right now. So.
Boy, y'all know who to make some money too on the slick?
Who?
What that big boy, Lorenz, boy. He play for Kentucky.
Jared Lorenzen?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
He passed away, didn't he?
That boy would have had all the chicken endorsements.
Yeah, boy.
KFC.
Yeah, boy. That boy made that money, boy, right quick.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's a good conversation though, right? That we just had.
That is. Because I start thinking back. You know what I'm saying? There's money on the table, bro.
That's true.
We saw it with Johnny. Because that was an issue with him signing his jersey.
That boy got loose.
Yeah,
that boy getting loose out there.
Make him imagine how much money that boy made though. Like I know he got some on the table regardless.
What y'all think Cordell Jones would have made at Ohio State at quarterback?
I don't know because he started the season as a third string.
Yeah.
Right.
So like y'all was saying about Cam and like Doug was saying, he probably would have picked up money
along the way
during the season.
Because man, they had a string of them boys, bro. Like JT Barrett,
all of them.
JT Barrett,
solid.
all them boys was just
shout
solid.
out to rest in peace Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah,
all the boys was back to back to back.
Right.
Hey,
they was coming.
Forget 20, bro. Let's forget 20 years. Let's just talk about college players, bro.
All time?
All time. Slash would have made money. Slash. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Cordell Stewart.
Yeah, boy,
shout out to Colorado, man.
Yeah,
West
boy.
Bank's finest. John Eric.
Rashawn Salam played with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
What's the running backs that was at Nebraska? Them boy was dogs.
Yeah, like that, man.
Phillips or something?
Boy, you remember
Ahman Green?
You remember Ron Dane, boy?
Ron Dane?
Boy, yeah, boy, like that.
Barry Sanders, Oklahoma State.
Oh yeah,
Bro.
yeah, hands down. Hey,
Emmitt Smith at Florida.
Yeah.
Bro, Emmitt Smith at
Eric
Florida.
Dickinson said he made it.
Yo, he said
Eric
come out.
said he already had the NIL money.
And he one of the first people that said that he took from the other schools and still didn't go to their school like you was talking about.
Why not?
Exactly.
So
And that's what I'm saying.
And
y'all
he
can't
said-
report me?
That boy said he took a pay cut to go to the NFL.
I believe him.
That man said I took a pay cut to go to the NFL.
Just give me the early 2000 Miami Hurricanes.
Dion, we talking about
Dion would have made
Dion.
some money, boy.
All right.
Deion would have made some money, boy.
I'm not too certain Deion didn't make money.
No. All things considered, we know. But I'm just talking about if it was like if they could. All right, come on. They're not even talking about NIL. They're talking about NIL and transfer portal.
Sure, you know who would have made it? Bo Jackson.
Oh yeah,
Sheesh.
Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker, man.
Sheesh.
Bro, them boys would have been getting that.
But them boys NIL and transfer portal.
Herschel Walker pre
right now. Oh man, too many hits, man. Too many hits.
Way too many.
Yo, man.
Man, so now we talking about
Charles Woodson.
Charles Wilson.
Hands down, Charles Wilson.
Charles Wilson would have made some money.
Champ Bailey.
Champ.
Nickname of all time.
Champ.
Rocket Ismail.
Champ.
Oh.
Yeah, Rocket.
Oh, I used to love playing with him on
When Desmond
Dreamcast, boy.
Yeah. Ooh, Dreamcast.
Had a Dreamcast.
Sega.
Sheesh, boy.
That Rumble Pack, man.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, man, remember that time Desmond Howard hit that Heisman pose, though? He would have made some money.
Oh,
He would have made some money.
Oh, man.
Desmond Howard, I'm trying to think. Some of these quarterbacks have made a lot of money too, boy.
Hey, bro.
Danny Werfel.
Man, I'm tripping. I missed the obvious one who played right down the street. Leonard Fournette.
But he got paid, though. He got paid. Shout out to Leonard, man. I see you, boy.
NIL, early NIL.
Like, I would say names too, but
Yeah, you already know.
And he got his brother the free scholarship too. Right, his brother got the free scholarship.
Turn up.
Yeah, man. Shout out, man.
Hey, bro.
Smart business. Smart.
Hey,
bro, I'm just look like, man. Look, these early 2000s Miami Hurricanes, though.
Bro, ridiculous.
Dog, Kellen Winslow Jr.
Bro,
Jeremy Shockey.
Jeremy Shockey would have got that money.
No, they didn't have a salary cap.
Can't put no salary cap on top of my dollars.
They had to have one. They had an NIL salary cap.
Who was
they was paid.
the left tackle?
in Florida.
The left tackle who was bigger than life itself.
Hey, that boy was nice. I forgot his name. Man, that boy, McKinnon.
Yeah,
McKinnon is something like that.
Dog.
Went to the Vikings.
Yes.
Brian McKinnon.
Yeah. McKinney.
Yeah,
That's
McKinney.
it. All right. Then you got Clinton Portis. You got Willis McGahee. You got
Frank
Gore. You got Najee Harris. All these son of guns was in the same backfield.
No,
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham was over there playing basketball and went to football.
No, then you got
Santana Moss.
you got Andre Johnson, Santana Moss.
Santana
Moss, bro, so cold blooded.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Jonathan Vilma on defense. You got
DJ Williams.
DJ Williams on defense. These boys had some dogs.
Hey man, shout out to that early 2000 LSU Tigers too, man. They would have got paid too.
Straight up.
Yeah, man, them boys.
Hey, let's go Tigers. Kevin Falk.
Josh
Reed.
Oh,
Josh
Reed
would have got paid. All them boys, man,
them boys.
Mike Spears.
Yeah.
Mark
Spears. Devery.
Yep, Devery would have got paid.
Yeah,
Shout out to Zach
boy.
Mettenberger would have got paid because he was slinging that thing.
Yeah, boy.
On the field and off the field. That's what they say. That's what they say. Shout out to Zach, man.
No, they say that.
That's how LSU got him, they say.
Them boys, them boys would they made that paper, boy.
They got paid.
LeBron Landry.
LeBron.
Glenn Dorsey.
Yeah, Mo.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Jones.
Mo. Yeah, boy. Them boys got paid,
Man,
boy.
they got paid.
Salary cap.
Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold it in. He got paid too.
Hey, Derry Beckwith.
He got paid too.
This has been Evergreen.
Don't tell her I'm out, man. Statute of limitations, you good though.
All right, so the BCS, the playoffs, right? We all was in agreement that they picked the
right four.
Oh, they got the right four.
Yeah, they got the
this
right
is trash though.
Yeah, it's
trash.
it's that year.
It's trash.
It's trash.
I don't want to watch. I mean,
it's trash. It's trash, and I'm trying to figure out why is it trash. They got the right four. Right?
right. The system worked.
The system actually did what it's supposed to do. Why is it trash? Hold on. Are we consensus that it's trash?
because I think
Do it feel trash?
Either that or we brand whores.
because it's
That
like
could
it's
be
like,
too.
it's like
But it's brands in there though. But it's big brands in.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I think
regional.
TCU is the one that everybody is like.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm with
like,
him.
them
Yeah.
two. Like,
I like the team.
Who TCU beat this year?
I mean,
Nobody.
they beat
nobody.
everybody
Like,
in the Big
if you put
12.
them in
Nobody.
SEC, they losing 4 or 5 games. Maybe more.
They are. They are.
That's the type of stuff I'll be talking about.
That's,
It'd be
what,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like they losing 4 games.
But a 4-loss SEC team almost made it. Think about what you're saying though. Like,
unless you
almost made it. They could have made it. If they would have won the last 2 games, they would have been in. They would have been in.
With 3 losses, huh? They had 3, huh?
They would have just had 2 at that time.
right,
but they really a 4-loss team.
Right. No, they're a 4-loss team, yeah.
Yeah, they almost was in 2,
think
bro.
about this, bro. Like, even, I know, but like, how close, let's just say, like, even A&M, like, I think they weren't ready to play that game, but let's just say they was ready to play that game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they beat A&M.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then against Georgia, like, I'm not saying they're going to beat Georgia.
It was close.
Keep it close.
It was close enough already.
It was close to what you think it is. That game was close to what you think it is with the extra point.
With the extra point and the running back.
It was close.
And
so, like, that is true. But, TCU and the SEC, they irrelevant, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
I think they're irrelevant.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think they Ole Miss.
Yep.
They Ole Miss.
Yep.
TCU.
And can they beat Ole Miss? You used to toss up.
Yeah, it's going to be a toss up. Toss up between
that's like Ole Miss,
Ole Miss, Kentucky.
Yeah, like all those teams are
somewhere in
toss up. So it depends on who the schedule get.
Right.
Cross rival schedule would be that year.
They right in that little group with Ole Miss, Kentucky, Mississippi State, and Arkansas. It's like that same little
click.
Yeah,
they can't beat you.
They clicked up.
Yeah, but it's like
they got players.
They gotta beat their day.
you know they're not about to win no championship.
Yeah.
They gotta beat their day. If you got more talent, they gotta beat their day.
As high ranked as Ole Miss was this year, and it looked like they were clicking, we all knew. You know what I'm saying?
Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, but we all knew that.
Right, smoke and mirrors, bro.
Although I don't know TCU, they got a lot of money with the NIL.
Oh boy, they about to.
So,
boy, you heard what they.
And
Back to what I'm saying.
Texas and Oklahoma about to look
TCU is telling all boosters to fund NIL. Do not give us money this year.
Right.
Yeah.
They're one of the schools.
doing that.
They're one of the schools that's doing it. So they about to clean up in the portal. Watch by next week. Watch you see about
Fund NIL.
7 to 8 high-ranking former 4- and 5-star players.
That's smart, bro.
At TCU, and they already got playing time at these other schools. And they already got playing time. TCU about to rack up, man. They still ain't gonna play nobody next year, but
They're not.
Well, I mean, you got what, next year. Is it next year Texas and Oklahoma out? Or the year
it's
after?
really gonna be bad then. After next year, it's after next year.
After next year, okay.
They gonna run it. TCU gonna run that conference.
They really will.
They gonna run the conference.
They really will.
I think
run
they
that
adding
conference.
Cincinnati or somebody like that.
Yeah,
And they lost their coach.
they lost their coach. They lost Fickle.
So
Y'all, let me talk a little basketball. Can we talk a little basketball?
let's
right
go,
quick
man.
before
Because
we
that,
get
college,
but
that college
that-
season,
Ain't
that's
much to
terrible.
talk about.
That's the mini scandal. I was
Go. What you talking about?
Zion and the reverse 360 on the sun.
Hold on. Let's talk about this. No,
Yeah.
I like that. Let me tell you what. No.
I love it.
I
love it.
No, I'm about to text y'all because I watched the highlights from that game, and it was just somebody put on Twitter just a Zion highlights, and I was like, y'all know how I feel. I be talking about Zion. I'll be like, he Blake Griffin or what, but I'm like, I watch. I said,
Yeah.
this boy a jump shot away.
From being real.
He a jump shot away from. I'm about to say something. He a jump shot away from LeBron-esque. Hold on. I'm talking about. Hold on. I'm not talking about Doug. I'm not talking about Doug. Hold on, Doug.
You good, my brother? I'll holler at you.
I'm about to black out, bro. Hold on. I'm saying LeBron-esque when we saw the highlights and how athletic he was. Right? We said the same thing about Bron, so you had to get a jump shot.
He
That's
got
all
it,
I'm
though.
saying.
Yeah, he got it.
You think he got a jump shot right now?
No,
Zion?
he said
No, that's what I'm saying. Brian went and got it. Brian worked on
He
it.
developed some other stuff.
And
Right.
every year he kept
That man
adding.
Doug-
Kept
that man
adding.
Doug.
Yeah, man. I don't. I
Hold on, Doug,
necessarily.
you come back, bro. You don't agree, bro? You don't agree with what I'm saying, dog?
I don't agree with Zion doing a dunk at the end. Just for the simple fact that if you look at the highlight close enough, the veteran players on the team and Coach Willie Green are telling him to stop.
Right.
But he's so far in the zone, he not really realizing what they telling him to stop. So you see the whole bench go like, oh man.
Right.
And then because they know
about to be
they
some
know
stuff.
yeah, they know it's about to
And
be
now
some stuff.
I gotta take up for you.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? How you feel? Not so much them telling them to stop, but just that in general, like that happening, like somebody scoring at the end of the game.
Oh, you're supposed to stop him. That's on you. That's on you to stop
on you
him.
to stop him, right.
Yeah, I just seen what the players were saying and the coaches were saying. They was trying to get him to stop. That's all I was saying.
I've always been a proponent.
Man, we got disinfectant spray.
Oh man,
What is going on?
I've always been a proponent of the Steve Spurrier concept of offense. they pay me to score.
Yeah, so run it up.
They pay you to stop me.
Run it up.
You can't stop me. That's on you.
You should have ran back on defense.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. Like look, I listened to the Zion press conference after. Zion was like, "Hey man, that's the team knocked my boys out. I couldn't do nothing about it.
Right.
So now I could do something about it, and that's what I decided to do about it. Straight up, like basically.
You know what I want to talk about. Yeah. What you saying, man? You think you gotta spray me up, man?
I know. I'm gonna get to that, but your comment about Zion being LeBron James,
LeBron-esque.
Yeah, I think you've lost it. So shout out to Lysol. Lysol kills over 100 illnesses causing germs. So the germs, the germs is just the germs that just came out of your mouth needs to be killed real quick.
This is a sponsored segment.
Shout out Lysol.
Hold on, Doug. But you get what I'm saying?
Make sure the check clear.
I'm saying
Evergreen Pod.
I'm talking about the athleticism, though. I'm talking about the athleticism. We saw when Brian first came to the league, we saw him jumping out the gym. We saw him going to the rim, and nobody could stop him at the goal. Is that not true? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, Doug.
That's true.
Bro.
That's true.
It's not true. When LeBron went to the rim, could nobody stop him at the goal?
That's true.
When I watched Zion the other night, and I guess because they might have been playing against Suns, when I watched him the other night, could nobody stop him at the rim?
No, that's pretty consistent across the league. Like nobody
can't stop him.
Like if he get a
I'm serious.
I'm not saying
No, he
what
finishes
he's
like
saying,
he won't.
But if he get a shoulder in front,
It's over.
it's OV.
It's over.
You are not stopping him, dog. He is
But-
too solid.
Yeah.
And he fast too.
He fast.
But y'all know how I feel about LeBron. I'm just talking about the athleticism.
I think
I'm glad he did to the Suns too.
Zion, I consider his game a former Suns player, Amari Stoudemire. His game is very similar to me, the way he jumps in his
Amari had a
athleticism.
shot, though.
Yeah, mine had a jump
Later, he got it later though.
shot.
So Zion got a chance. Y'all know how I feel about Zion too. I think they still should trade him. Like I this number one in the West right now don't matter to me because it's
They
only
get a
a
whole
No,
squad.
it don't matter right now.
yeah, it's all about the playoffs because you mess around and get Golden State in the play-in game and they play in and win, and you get them as the 1 seed, you're gonna be the first 1 seed out in the wild.
Yeah, right.
So I don't care about that.
What was the question? About
We just talking
the
about. No, he just talking about. We just,
no.
Was it questionable how you feel
How
about
you feel
him
about
doing
them
the
doing
dunk at the end of the game?
So like when people score at the end of the game.
When you,
This man serious.
yeah.
This man serious.
So about the women dunk.
Yeah, the women.
No, but just not even just the windmill dunk, just people doing it in the game.
I have no issue with it. I have no problem with it. The reason I don't have a problem with it because from the beginning of time, when we're talking about sports in general, sports is very competitive.
Yeah.
And so
From the beginning to the
from
end.
the beginning, you were taught to take another man's soul, take another man's pride.
Yep. Yep.
Back in the gladiator days, when they fought in the arena,
Yeah, you gotta die.
when they would beat somebody up, they didn't say, "Oh man, I beat you up too much." No, back then they finished you.
Yeah, you.
And I'm not complaining.
What they did.
Right.
A thumbs up, a thumbs down. So I feel like if that's the case, and where have we got sports etiquette from?
I don't know.
Like they get mad if a person goes to a 2-point conversion. Well, it's your job to stop it,
Yeah.
right? Because
It's your job to
it's
stop
not
it.
so much that you feel sports etiquette. You feel disrespected because you're getting whooped.
Right.
Now, you
Right.
should have stopped me all game long.
Right.
That should have been the Suns. You should have stopped Zion.
Here's the thing, dog. Because if you watch the entire sequence of the end of that game, right, the shot clock was also about to be was also off when Chris Paul came
Shot
down
that
and
last shot too, yeah.
shot the
And
ball.
the game was over.
The game was over.
Right.
So
Right.
he was
you
trying to
got
pad his stats.
And here's the thing.
Trying to pay the
I am not. I am
betting on something, man.
I am the last one that's going to give up any kind of pass to Chris Paul, who talks more trash than almost anybody else
You
in
saw
the
him elbow a
league.
boy in the mouth.
And
He
he's dirty. Like Chris Paul he's been
You saw
dirty
the
since
elbow boy?
Wake Forest. Yo.
Exactly.
elbowed him run down.
Like guard your kids. Like for real.
Like,
Like-
ain't Chris Paul the one?
Lady too.
And guard your lady too.
Oh man.
Oh man, ain't Chris Paul the same one that dropped the same amount of points as his grandfather's age when his grandfather died?
Yes.
That ain't showboating.
It's so over, man.
The game was over.
The game was over.
The game was over, and he shot the free throw.
So
and made it.
But see,
It's old. Hey man, that's all Chris Paul, man. But it's between him and his wife.
I'm saying, the Suns as a team, bro. The Suns as a team are a trash talking team.
That's what I'm about to say. The fact that it's them, and they're trash talking and a front running team.
They did the same thing. Mikal Bridges, the one who was complaining about this probably the most on that team, did this last year, Game 5, first round of the playoffs. Yep. They were up 13 with 3 minutes left. Game over. They passed him the ball. Guess what he did? Ran down there and dunked.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, hey, dog, like, just take your lick.
Fair is fair.
Get your lick back. When it's time to get your lick back, get your lick back.
It's gonna be and they had the chance 2 days later. 2 days later. It ain't fouled nobody.
Ain't fouled nobody because they saw.
Ain't fouled nobody.
They saw. They saw. But I told you them boys soft. That Booker the best player on the team. I told you they were soft.
He's soft.
And Devin Booker be talking noise.
Yeah, he get buckets though.
He does.
Hey, Devin Booker, he get buckets, but he the assist man. Ex Chris Paul.
Yep.
Oh dang!
Hey.
Oh dang! Hey, I got one question.
Running a little long.
All the Lakers gonna make the trade. Are they gonna make a trade?
What trade they trying to talk about?
Well, right now they talking
got
about
like 3 of them.
Bogdanovich. Well, I heard just now in the call they talking about Kuzma coming back.
Bro, why they got rid of Kuzma anyway?
Magic Johnson. No, was he there?
No, it's pulling.
Oh man, no.
Dang.
Anybody could get it today. Anybody could get it today.
All right, so this has been
Evergreen.
Evergreen
Magic
Pod,
messed
man.
that team up.
This has been Evergreen Pod, guys.
Open up another Starbucks, Magic, instead of going to the
Movie theater.
Dang.
Going another trip.
Y'all been to Magic movie theater? Any of y'all been to one? Nope. I don't know. They still got him. I think he still got him, don't he?
I think so.
Really?
They probably like Segan Lane. Remember Segan Lane?
So
Remember Segan? Remember 10th Town and Segan, boy?
Hey man, shout out to Perkins Road, man. Shout out Perkins Road, though, man.
Y'all boys remember Essen? Movie theater?
Quiet.
But them boys had 4 screens.
No, Ball Marche.
And you,
Ball Marche. Back in the day. What was it, Ball? Back in the day?
Man.
Hey, Mama say,
Funfair Park out there.
And don't you go behind there.
That's it?
Mama said it's over with.
I had a dream like Webby. He caught me slipping by the Ferris wheel.
Yo, did y'all see that clip of Webby fighting boxing in the boxing ring?
No. What's up with everybody fighting, bro?
Yeah, I got.
What's up with everybody fighting?
Hey, former football players, basketball players,
stay out the ring.
Stay out the ring.
Especially if you're on Brandon Marshall show. I don't know why all y'all get knocked out. All of y'all get knocked out on Brandon Marshall show, bro.
Sending him out there. Let him go. He need to go fight.
I am elite. I am on that bench.
You know who ain't going? You know who ain't going that's on the show?
Who that?
Shady ain't going. Boy, Shady ain't about to get no ring with nobody, boy.
He gonna get that crazy work.
He's that crazy work. Shady ain't about to get no ring with nobody, man.
Why they boxing though? Why?
They just
extra
bored,
check,
bro.
man.
They bored, and
Check.
they need to be in their limelight, and they're athletes, so they need to compete some kind of way.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And then they having talk show ain't competitive enough on them. That's why they beefing with. Never mind. This is Evergreen Pod. Like, subscribe, share. See y'all next time.
This man said Zion, LeBron James.
No, I did not say. Hold on. Do not turn me off, Swag. I did not.
Oh my God.
Stop the music real quick. Pause the music real quick. I did not say that Zion Williams is LeBron James. LeBron James is the greatest player of all time.
This man said Zion, LeBron James.
I said Zion was LeBron-esque with his athletic ability. That is all I said. That's all I said. I just want to make sure the record clear. Evergreen, we are Evergreen.